Well, I think it's borrowing from tomorrow to pay for yesterday's responsibilities, and quite frankly, I don't think that. And I'm not talking to a constitutional lawyer, but we had to amend the Constitution to pass the lottery in Texas, and that took 2/3 vote of both houses. I don't think Governor Perry can get the 2/3 vote, even come close to getting 2/3 vote. So I think that's just some pie in the sky that to get good public relations, and that Governor Perry is proposing. I think that what he wanted to spend the money for is very good. And I tell you what, I think he ought to put on his freshly shined boots and his blue suit and walk in there and stand up in front of the Texas House of Representatives in the United States, in the Texas Senate, and say, "Here's what I do. We're not going to be able to get that money other than with an increase in taxes. And here's a tax bill that we're going to pass, and I'm going to take the responsibility of letting the people know that we need that money. We need to plan for the future. We need to cover children that don't have insurance. We need to fund higher education. We need to put money in research for cancer." All those things are very noble, and I commend the governor for doing it. But I don't commend the governor or anyone for talking to people and raising their hopes and raising their faith that their government in Texas is going to do something, and then say, "Well, I would really like to have done that, but we don't have the money, and I don't have the political courage to go ask the people to pay for those services." Well, I think it's been a success. You know, it's amazing how many dollars are going into gaming. It's not a preferred source of revenue, and I knew that when I worked for the lottery. But people are going to gamble, and Texas is surrounded by Oklahoma, Colorado, New Mexico, and Louisiana that all not only has lotteries, they all have other forms of gaming. Get their dog and horse tracks, and some of them have casinos, and that money is going across the state lines and going into other states' treasuries. So Texas has got to consider all sources of revenue. We've got to, government. If government and the people that says, well, government shouldn't be involved in gambling, and oh, how terrible that is. Well, the government shouldn't be involved in having hungry children. The government shouldn't be involved in having sick children. The government shouldn't be involved in having children here in Texas that don't have insurance, or that are dropping out of school, that are not getting their shots, immunization, and they're taking smallpox or some other dreaded disease. They shouldn't have that either. So when we talk about what we need and don't need, and why we need money for this and that, we have to take in our own social conscience. I'll be accused of being for a lottery a lot more quickly and take it on the chin with a smile than when I'd be accused of having some hungry, sick children that are not being taken care of.